we grew up in West St. Paul, and we had a lot of musical inspiration and a lot of support. We had a wonderful choir director named Carl Lockram who taught us how to sing and really did a good job, you know, encouraging us to participate in music. And the other big influence was a guy named Jules Herman, who was had a really fine big band, and I don't know if he had a national reputation, but his wife sang for him. Bob happened to date his daughter Bonnie.
Yeah, that was the inspiration.
So we were dropping Bonnie off one night, and Jules comes to the door, you know, and of course I'm absolutely starstruck. And Bob and Don Hill and I had formed a little folk group because I was big into folk music at the time, and we had sung at one of the assemblies where he had been there because his daughter Bonnie and a couple other girls from the class had a little group called the Debutantes, and they were doing the
McGuire sisters.
McGuire sisters and whatnot.
I thought they were the next McGuire sisters.
So they were great. They were actually great. And Jules looks at me, and he points at me, and he says, and me and Bob, and he says, you know, you guys are pretty damn good. Keep it up. And I just, you know, I about hit the floor because I thought this is, you know, we're actually doing something right. Spots this road sign, the Blue Gentian Road.
Oh, yeah.
Down in Inver Grove or wherever the hell it is.
Yeah.
And he says, hey, how about the Blue Lantern Trio? So that's how that name came about. So we were playing, you know, songs like the same, when will I again, and all that stuff. And 1, 2, and 3, Jolly Coachman sat in an English tavern and whatnot. Just stuff that Bob just really loved, right? And then we discovered that writing was really fun, and I wrote this goofy little folk song that we used to do, and it went, roll those wagons, move them on out, the road is tough and it's slow, we're just pioneers blazing a trail. The epitome of folk and goofiness back in those days. Well, he thought it was pretty good. We had some nice harmony going. So then he comes out with a bunch of songs, and this is the typical blue book that you took tests in, right?
Yeah.
Nomad and Others, December 7th, 1962.
Wow.
A song called Nomad, which, and I can't remember the way the melodies went in any of this stuff. And then a couple of little ideas, song fragments that he had. A song called The Slave. And hopefully Don and I can get these printed, and so that we all have, because there's some very interesting, when you know Bob, you know that there are some interesting things that he's reflecting here, even in some of his very early work. Things were kind of pigeonholed back in those days, you know, and so, but Bob Wodke was one who, as we all know, saw things that were creative and wanted to emulate them in his own life. And there's a little song here called Ribbons, which is a lullaby, which I thought was brilliant. This is one of the first writings of his where I said to myself, there's something really different about this guy. Old man kneeling, little boy blue, I'll send you candy, will I do. The last verse, yellow birds sing, bells gonna ring, baby's cradle, all be still while I sing lullaby. Beautiful little song, and so those are here for you to look at. His writing is incredibly artistic, as Gary and I were commenting on a minute ago in Barb. So much pass that around. It's pretty cool stuff. But you know, we've all had. Don made a comment. Where's Don?
Right back here.
There he is with the phone in his hand. He made a comment a couple of weeks or 3 weeks back or whatever it was, and he said we were all like brothers, and you felt like you were Bob's best friend. And then there was the aspect of the craziness and the goofiness, and we used to do impressions, and I was totally horseshit, and so was he at doing impressions, but that didn't stop us, right? But the music of that era, Louis Armstrong was another one that we were both really attracted to. So I think this song was inspired a little bit by that sort of genre of music, and I absolutely love this song. It goes, sailing down the river on a Sunday day, waiting for the wind to take our sail away. Sailing down the river, it's a beautiful day. Then we stopped and then I thought I heard you say, dreaming boat, sail away with me.
Dreamboat, come on, sail away with me.